Welcome, Earth travelers, to the 23rd episode of Astrology Roadshow, where today we become even more conscious and in tune with eclipse energy patterns. I am your host, Laura Kane. Now that the dust is settling from the recent eclipse event, it's a good time to ponder the intentionality of eclipse energy cycles and how they personally serve to help us reach our life's intended goal. Is it an awakening of the soul's purpose or an upgrading of sorts? Let's take a look at this through the lens now being experienced by each opposite pairing of astrological house placements. We are witnessing how more and more individuals, and therefore our collective, are working to bring this energy forward into awareness. This will help to consciously work our evolutionary process. After all, a life fully examined is a life well lived. The Aries-Libra nodal axis of our moon is now where eclipse messaging is emanating from, and we are almost nearing the end of these sets of eclipses. The precursor spring solar eclipse along these lines occurred on April 20th of 2023 at the critical 29th degree of Aries. It was squaring heavyweight Pluto as that planet was entering Aquarius at 0 degrees. This was huge and a fitting start to announce the importance of the next two sets of Aries-Libra eclipses. As you probably know, fall 2023 and the recent spring 2024 solar eclipses crisscrossed the United States and cosmically manifested an X right through Texas, which is a political hotspot. This is happening simultaneous to Pluto's orbital return degree location of 1776, and as the USA seems to be experiencing an identity and rebirthing crisis. But I find it interesting to ponder the effects of lunar and solar eclipse sets on a personal level. After all, we feel we have a direct measure of control there. But even more to the point, these recent eclipses are all about the Aries-Libra house profiles on our charts. The individual, Aries, versus relationship-oriented, Libra. These solar and lunar eclipses have been a very personal experience because it involves the most personal of signs, Aries. Wherever these two house signs fall on your natal chart is where your cages are being rattled, so to speak. Not to say we should fear it, but definitely have a healthy dose of awe as we feel the energy approaching and getting underway. That is proof we are all connected and each of us has a natural place in the order of this universe. Cyclical patterns created by all major planets and points within our solar system affect our ongoing reality. Just ask any astrologer. The moon's nodal points will take another 18 and a half years to make their orbit back to the area where they are now. The north and south nodal points take approximately 2.5 years to travel retrograde through each polar opposite sign pair within the zodiac. So regularly looking back in 18 to 20 year increments will reveal much about the current cycle within that same general area. Eclipse intentionality will last you that long and build upon the last cycle. Also, it's useful to keep in mind eclipses travel in pairs of solar and lunar, approximately 2 weeks apart and on the same nodal axis of messaging influence. Solar eclipses express an overt culmination of intentionality because both the sun and moon are located in the same sign degree. Lunar eclipses help heighten the messaging, adding emotional intelligence to our awareness. This is where we feel the tug of the exact opposition of sun and moon energy. This two-pronged approach assures an internal and external process is complete. During this month's April 8th solar eclipse, the direct real-time influences include an exact conjunction with planetoid Chiron, our wounded healer, and also thoughtful Mercury is within orb as it sojourns retrograde over this territory within Aries. These are the greatest gifts of this eclipse and help solidify and ensure eclipse general messaging stays strong to the next time the moon's nodes cycle through. Let's take a look at each pair of zodiacal house axes. Pay special attention to the aspects an eclipse will make to your personal chart, especially conjunctions, oppositions, and squares. If you are aware of your rising sign or time of birth, then you are already good to go. If you need assistance setting up your natal chart, ars@astrologyroadshow.com. Starting with Aries-Libra in the 1st versus 7th houses seems appropriate. If this is where those energies are located for you, then you are being affected directly by the intention of these eclipses. Even if the houses are reversed, to where you have Libra rising positioned in the 1st with Aries in the 7th. It is me versus them, or me, myself, and I versus the other and relationships. You probably understand that very well, since this is how these signs and house placements work naturally. Aries is where the North Node is traveling. It is readily able to dominate within that two-house relationship. It will not have to sweat that too much because Libra at the South Node is the giver or teacher, if you will. But this is an eclipse exercise, and as the house of Aries engages into relationship, satisfaction comes as a return to Libra. Libra's house realizes its worth as such, and in the process becomes more confident in that exercise. Libra will readily begin to stand up for its own house identity, which is an Aries trait. So, this give and take is a beautiful example of how within our own psyche, each house uses the other to understand and become stronger, and eventually also empathetic as it engages with the opposite house partner. Mercury retrograde in Aries will help to digest these events occurring within the house of Aries. And with Chiron in exact conjunction here to Aries eclipse energy, it ensures that neither will want to go back to the old ways that did not work or kept you feeling wounded. Basically, the way you do you in relationships may very well be altered completely and forever. Next is 2nd and 8th house polarity. These are the houses of your own resources versus the resources of others. If you have Aries-Libra placement here, either which way, again, there will be a relationship of mine versus also mine or perhaps ours. You may be thinking I'm joking, but we are dealing with Aries energy, and it tends to be controlling. And of course, with the North Node in this sign, it will be on steroids. This is a deeply transformative placement for whichever sign is in the 8th house. The Libra house energy will naturally be set up to give up resources or money, but in the process truly learn important lessons about its own worth and value, as it receives a return from its South Node investment. With Mercury retrograde, it ensures a lot of thoughtfulness will take place regarding Aries energy and use of valuable resources. And with Chiron conjunct the Sun here, you would also be nudged to not go back to business as usual, as there is an opportunity to now proactively work through any painful blocks. So the outcome will be beneficial to both houses in understanding how to work together successfully to conduct business, personal or otherwise, going forward. 3rd and 9th house polarity is all about learning and communication. The 3rd house speaks to a more practical application of communication, and the 9th house tends to put a more adventurous spin to what is learned and how we communicate that. The native with this Aries to Libra placement, either way, may be kept busily occupied upgrading the benefits of both communication as well as more unusual knowledge dissemination and travel experiences. Again, Libra, where the South Node is located, is set up to give. In so doing, it will benefit and become a boosted and confident house area that can produce more fearlessly going forward. The area of Aries is guaranteed to get more on purpose because of the conjunction with Chiron. Also, with Mercury retrograde in that house placement, there will be even more thoughtfulness in taking on future endeavors involving learning and teaching. 4th and 10th house placements involve issues of core belief systems and the home, and how that deliberate structure helps to achieve ambition and recognition in the outside world. Since both Aries and Libra are can-do cardinal signs, and these are also cardinal house positions, much may very well be accomplished, and certainly this boost will last until the next cycle. Aries and Libra partnership here experiences a very enhanced energy period for 2.5 years. The North Node in Aries will really help Libra step up and be energized to contribute regardless of where either is positioned. Mercury retrograde and Chiron influences help infuse this dynamic with new insights. 5th and 11th house placements speak to how our creativity translates into a group setting. With Aries and Libra here, this polarity will be reignited with more passion as the nodes travel through. Aries' position will really be energetic and ready to shine as the North Node pushes through there. And the Libra house will be super busy, supplying energy to feed that. Again, as Libra steps up to dance, the confidence derived from its contribution becomes evident as a return on the investment in the form of confidence. Because of the influence of both Chiron and Mercury, Aries' house placement will become empathetic, which creates a better partnership. So the give and take relationship of Aries with Libra here will be on a more level playing field going forward. Finally, 6th and 12th houses portray how applying ourselves through service to others contributes to collective spirituality. This may very well have Aries and Libra both stepping up as a dynamic duo to accomplish the task. Libra energy will regain confidence in its role to the mission. Aries will not hide its light or curb its enthusiasm easily, and now it won't have to, even if it is ruler of the 12th house. That would usually be a bit of a challenge area for Aries energy. Regardless of positioning, the North Node will bring much light here. Chiron will reinforce Aries' purpose, and Mercury will ensure thoughtfulness. The huge energy going back and forth and passing through this area is sure to have a lasting impact for the spirit and soul of the native with this placement. That wraps it up for now. As always, thank you much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy your take on these eclipses and feel energized as you contemplate what is happening within your life and those you love. Your likes and shares for my videos are so appreciated. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel. I look forward to seeing you at the next episode of Astrology Roadshow.